HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave him money, and he saw the money as a picadon to use to help other people. Every dime that he had, he gave away. He gave money to everybody in town, without cheshbonos.
He's been involved in the community, extending beyond the business his father started, agri-processors, to the local religious and educational institutions.
People that were in need of financial aid, he contributed to them without fanfare or wanting recognition.
We've had some problems with kids that didn't get treatment over the years. Their parents couldn't afford it. And Sholom was real helpful in that situation. He offered to help offset our costs. Without his help, we wouldn't have been able to afford to get those kids treatment, which they desperately needed.
It was the largest single immigration raid in the country. 700 warrants, 300 arrests. Agri-processors, a kosher meatpacking plant, lost 3/4 of its workforce.
Matter of 3 hours, what his father had built with his bare hands and had operated for 20 years from nothing to a $300 million a year business was destroyed.
I lost every little thing. Okay? Oh my God, my son here.
Sholom Rubashkin was treated like no other defendant ever arrested for immigration law violations.
I've been a lawyer nearly 30 years. I'm a former federal prosecutor. I've taught at the Department of Justice. Never, ever have I seen a case taken to the grand jury 7 times.
The prosecutors essentially put restrictions on what the Rubashkin family could do such that this meat processing plant, this kosher meat processing plant, went bankrupt. And when that happened, it drove up the amount of the fraud because there were no funds left to pay off the banks. And that was what was really the key to the government initially seeking a life sentence in this case.
Most of the murderers that I prosecuted got less time in prison than Sholom Rubashkin.
For the first time in the history of the United States, somebody was criminally prosecuted under the Packers and Stockyards Act of 1921, and that's a reason for sending somebody off to jail and seeing that he gets 27 years in jail. It's crazy.
They make plans, they plot against us, and it is undone. They speak, they write motions. It will not last. Our Father, the Eibishter, is with us.
As he got up after the sentence was imposed, and I was sitting right behind him, he turned and he looked at those family members that were there, some of whom had tears in their eyes, and he smiled, and he urged them to smile too. And I suspect that he smiled because there is something that is far greater, far more powerful than that black robe that judge wears up there.
I thought I was there to give him inspiration. And he did it to me and to my boys, to my friends, and we were there. And he told us, I'm gonna get out very soon.
I'm embarrassed to say that I couldn't wait to go into that horrible prison because the opportunity to spend 5.5 or 6 hours alone with Sholom Mordechai Rubashkin was something I knew was unique and special and something that I would cherish for the rest of my life.
Don't mistake the pain for fear. Don't mistake the pain for worry or doubt. We are not afraid, and we are not worried. We have no doubt that the ending to the story will be a happy one.
Sholom Mordechai Halevi ben Rivka. The mere fact that I can simply mention his Hebrew name, and virtually every single one of you in the audience knows exactly who I am talking about and why we were davening for him, says a lot about how the Rubashkin case has galvanized our community over the past weeks and months.
with these obstacles and these challenges in front of us, Yidden are gathering from all over the world, coming from different backgrounds and upbringings, coming together as one. 10 days ago there was a kinnis amongst the Satmar community. Over 1,000 people were there. Recently there was a kinnis in Lakewood, New Jersey. 2,000 people were there.
Satmar saying Tillim Lubavitch! What is that teaching us? There are placards all over Williamsburg. Lubavitcher Hasidim and Satmar Hasidim and Litvische and Svaldische and Frumme and Nachnishkin Frumme. What are we telling the Rebbeinu Shalom? As a good, very Shaitman.
We are going from here to present a letter to the Attorney General of the United States requesting from him a meeting and requesting that he review the case.
The Sholom Rubashkin petition is already second in the nation, but we still need your help to make it first.
People that wrote in of Kabbalahs that they undertook, the women that traded in the jewelry their husbands bought them for Yontif, to give money to pay for Sholom Mordechai's lawyers.
Besides for the beautiful, beautiful mitzvah, Pidyon Shmuim, that you brought together such a large amount of money, but besides for that, I heard that you're putting together thousands of kapitla of Tehillim that are being said in my father's house.
Hunderter Jiden sind gekommen da in Borepark zu freuen sich für die absurde Table.
Betachen bringt Ula. Joyous.
nearly 100 former prosecutors, Republicans and Democrats, pointing out the injustice of this case. We had senators and Congress people from both sides of the aisle pointing out the injustice.
Very good. We had some human intervention, and what we did was very important. But at the end of the day, this miracle was resolved by God.
We do this song here tonight in celebration of Sholom Mordechai's freedom.
קודם כל, זה דאבנט. Der sein nicht schon כמה יום, ich habe gemacht, heute check.
Was with me at all times, and everything that was happening was just a test. Hashem was just testing me to see if I really believed in the mother or not.
We must teach our children to treat your fellow friends like they were you.
Alles geht, alles geht, alles geht forward, alles geht. Mittwoch, Chris Chaneke geht sein Special Lesson. Also Baruch Hashem, ich sage Ihnen, Sie gehalten mal, Sie zogen mal hinter in Kahn, 8 Jahre.
Amazing.
Kann Mamschach sein. Wir finden uns um Mashiach Tzidkeinu und Gesundheit und Freiheit.
He showed us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu answers us every single day. Every Yid who has Amunah and Bitachon, every Yid who calls out to Hashem, Hashem answers.
Today is Gimel. Yesterday was Beis. I got the Pesur Teva. Mamish Foshki on Beis. And the Shkeder was Aleph. Aleph, Beis Gimel, Amunah, Bitachon, the Eibishter, brought this Geula. We have to have Amunah, Bitachon, the Eibishter. You will help us in our personal problems. That's not my Simcha, that's everybody's Simcha. And we see the Eibishter answers our Tfilis. And it's Chanukah now, it's Hamshach Chanukah, and Nisachah, we have to strengthen our thanks to the Eibishter, the Eibishter is a loving Father, and the Eibishter can take every single leader needs to Yeshua, Yeshua. Amen.